Oh, hey, what's up, Josh R? What up, other side of life? How you doing, man? I can't even see how many people are in the live chat right now, so I have no idea how many people are here. So if you are here, drop a comment, drop a like, share some inspiration. Um, yeah, I've been getting a lot of messages. A lot of people are worried about me, and dude, honestly, frankly, I'm really worried for myself. I'm going through like one of the scariest fucking things, like straight like this is literally like a situation out of fucking hell. Like this is like the type of situation that no one wants to be in. And this is why nothing is free in life. When you think you're cutting a corner by taking a benzo and you're like, "Oh yeah, I'm just going to take the edge off here." And you do that over days and days and months and calendar years. That has a what goes up must come down. You know what I mean? And I'm not even talking the benzo withdrawal, you guys, anymore. Like the benzo withdrawal that ship has sailed. What I have is fucking neurological damage from coming off these benzos, you guys. Like, and this shit is fucking real, bro. Like, do you want to talk about like the most crippling fucking feeling in the whole world, bro? Like, literally, like, dude, I have spent so many days just bawling my fucking eyes out, bro, because it's like, at a certain point, the withdrawals kind of started to go away a couple weeks ago. But does that mean I feel good? Fuck no. Like, dude, I literally feel like the biggest case of anhedonia, like the I don't give a fuck about life, nothing, you feel pleasure out of nothing, not like, and there's just no end in sight to it. It's just forever. So we take that, right? Post-acute withdrawals. That's one thing, right? So I start taking ashwagandha. Now, I don't know if you guys have heard of ashwagandha. It's an adaptogen, and it is touted as a miracle drug. It is good for anxiety. It's good for testosterone. It freaking is good for sexual whatever arousal. It's good for sleep. It's good for this. It's good for that. But it has these somewhat like steroidal properties. And what I mean by that, an adaptogen basically balances out the hormones in your body. So like if you have too much estrogen and not enough testosterone, theoretically this is supposed to balance it. It's supposed to lower your cortisol levels for your stress hormones, et cetera, et cetera. And I had these ashwagandha pills around. I just had them around, and there was a few nights when I was still going through the benzo withdrawal that I took these things, and they actually helped me fall asleep pretty good. So I start researching this ashwagandha stuff more and more. And I start reading some things saying that if you are susceptible to certain autoimmune disorders, this, that, and the third, this could be an issue for you. You're basically, it could confuse your body and your body will start attacking itself. So I think whatever. So about 3 weeks ago, I start getting like sore muscles. Like I start noticing like I'm growing more facial hair. Like it's weird. Like just like the consistencies of my hairs on my body are different, bro. Like I have more knuckle hair. I have more arm hair. Like I'm starting to notice, like, not to give out too much information, but like my balls are like bigger. My dick is kind of like getting big. Like I'm not even kidding you guys. And like I said, remember, ashwagandha is an adaptogenic hormonal type drug. It's like an herbal steroid. So I'm thinking, sweet, like, like but like 4 or 5 months ago, I started noticing my hair was thinning, and I had been taking these ashwagandha pills on and off. I know it doesn't look like my hair is thinning, you guys, because I have really, really, like, I have like, barbers who have seen my hair have said I have like the thickest hair they've ever seen. But anyways, long story short, so realistically, I started taking this ashwagandha like 5 months ago, and I would just take it here and there. But I kind of noticed, whatever, my hair is thinning. So I look up online that, like I said, it with people who are predisposed to certain autoimmune thyroid issues, it can trigger that in people, right? I'm thinking, I'm healthy. That'll never happen to me, right? Well, about 3 weeks ago, my muscles started getting extremely weak. I started getting these crazy heart palpitations. I didn't know what was going on. Like I said, I noticed the extra hair and shit, and I'm like, what the fuck? So whatever, it's not that bad at first. But then it gets to the point where my heart's beating out of control. And like I said, I didn't know if it was still the benzo withdrawals at this point. I didn't know what it was. So basically I abandoned ship and I'm like, all right, I'm done taking these freaking ashwagandha, freaking adaptogenna, like what? No, like I like my hair, fucking bro. I don't know if God's playing tricks on me, bro, because like, and I'm not trying to like talk shit, but dude, I ain't a bad looking dude, bro. And like, when you've lived your life getting by on your good looks and you might fucking go bald in the future, bro, that's a fucking huge threat, bro. Because other than my looks, I don't got a lot to offer. You know, the kid can fucking sing his ABCs 1, 2, 3s a little bit, but hey, that's neither here nor there, right? But anywho, but I guess deeper than the physical phenomenons and the what haves, the whatnots, you know, because it's like I really don't. I don't think I'll ever know why this autoimmune disorder. So yeah, and basically, you guys, like, why I know it's a thyroid is because all the symptoms, like I can't swallow, and your thyroid is right here, and you can literally, like, I could feel it like not going up. I couldn't swallow, et cetera, et cetera. But anyways, I started thinking to myself, I'm like, what is the bigger picture here? Because I'm a spiritual person, and I'm like, dude, why is the universe doing this to me right now? Because like, dude, not only am I going through benzo withdrawal, I'm like I'm losing my fucking hair. My own immune system is attacking me. And I don't know whether I should go to the doctor or not, because it's like, it's kind of a catch-22, because it's like, you know, go to the doctor and they give you thyroid hormones. But if you start taking those thyroid hormones long enough, you can get dependent on those. And I would much rather have my body fight back on its own naturally and start pumping out like, you know, T1, T3, which are thyroid hormones. You guys, I've always been a big fucking nerd. Like if I research something, I research something. That's why I, you know a lot about addiction, Suboxone, methadone, et cetera, because I am OCD about a lot of things and I read up, down, sideways, left, and right. But anyways, going back to the spiritual side, I wonder, I'm like, dude, you know, I look back on my life and I've been a fucking selfish person, bro. And if all of us addicts look back on the stuff that we've done, we've been selfish people more than like, well, of course, every addict has been selfish at some point, but most of us, like, we have a big, like, you know, we are self-absorbed. We think the world revolves around us. We are the biggest babies when it comes to uncomfort. Oh, I'm uncomfortable. I need a freaking perk. Like, no, you don't need a perk. You need a water. Okay? Drink a water. Don't drink a perk. Okay? But I don't know, man. I really think it's kind of I think it's some kind of thing, you guys, where it's just like God is trying to tell me that, like, dude, you need to reel it in. Like, I've had so many fucking second chances in life where I've gotten, like, skated by, gotten lucky, you know, I caught these really bad cases, or I caught these cases in 2020, right when COVID was happening, which I would have done at least 36 months in prison for sure. The only reason I got out of it was because it was COVID and they weren't sending people to prison. Like, bro, like, you can't make this shit up. But at the same time, you know, devil's advocate, I thought, well, I actually got unlucky on those cases because I didn't do that shit. I mean, was I guilty of something? Yes, of course I was, but I was not guilty of the charges that they said I was. And I basically just tapped out of county. Like I was in Hennepin County jail for a good 38 days, I think, on that second charge during COVID. I got locked up right when George Floyd was murdered by Derek Chauvin from Minneapolis Police Department. And yes, I am from Minneapolis. So as you can imagine, when I got locked up, the county jail was bumping 1,000. I mean, bro, it was like crazy, bro. There was like people coming in like there's so many people coming in from the riots, bro. And like people were just pumped up. Like they put us on lockdown because they thought the jail was going to riot. One of the units ended up having a riot, and they like lit the day room on fire and shit. And it was freaking crazy, bro. But it was kind of a cool crazy if you were like an inmate, because it was kind of just like, yeah, F the establishment. You know, it was like one of those kind of vibes. But anyways, long story short, I got lucky in a sense. I got unlucky that I got charged, but I got lucky that I was charged during COVID, because when I got a domestic assault against my ex-girlfriend, Annie. Okay. If you guys don't know the story, she punched me in the face like 5 times, broke my phone. I was just trying to get out of her house, and I pushed her off of me because she was like directly punching me in the face, and she tripped and hit her face on the back of the couch and busted up her nose. And I got a felony domestic for that. Then about a month and a half later, well, high as shit on meth, I injected like a 1/4 gram or maybe like a 0.3 of meth. And I went into psychosis like 2 hours later. We tried to go get some dope to like make the psychosis go away. I was too bugged out to do that. So I went to boom. Annie brings me to the liquor store. I get a 750 of Svedka, which is like, 75% of a liter, almost a liter. A liter's 1,000, 750, whatever. So I slammed that, and I literally finished the bottle in 20 minutes. Now think about that. That's almost a liter. That's 75% the size of a liter. So I'm spun out on meth thinking people are trying to kill me, and I chug basically a liter of vodka. So then what happened was I get back to my dad's house and I black out. Like, I don't even remember getting there. But basically what happened was I was just blacked out, and then I was in psychosis. I was just, all the liquor did was make me black out and then be in psychosis. But it was it was like one of the worst psychoses I've ever had. Like, I don't know what was going on with the meth then, but like the cartels were putting some crazy shit in it. Like some of this, because it's P2P dope, and P2P dope is like, you're more susceptible to get psychosis from it. That's like how the bikers used to make it way back in the day, blah, blah, blah. Anyways, so I get back to the house, and I think my dad's in on it. I think he's following me. I think he's, whatever the crazy shit we think on psychosis. So I pull a knife out at one point, like, probably guarding myself from the invisible people. I put the knife back down. Me and my dad like wrestle really quick, like wrestles me to the ground. And the cops get called. The neighbors call the cops on us. And the cops get there. Now, take in mind, my dad isn't like some seasoned convict. He doesn't know that you don't. He just has this like ignorant trust with the police where he's like, oh yeah, you just tell them everything and they'll sort it out and it'll be fine, right? No, you do not tell the police everything, even though Minneapolis police are typically pretty cool. Because you guys got to realize Minneapolis is a very liberal city. It's a very progressive LGBTQ, not tough on crime. Like they ain't trying to send you to prison here, really. Like unless you got a lot of felony points, then yeah, and like or unless you get caught with a gun, like felon in possession, then they'll try and get you. They'll send you upstate. But it's just, yeah. So, anyways, the freaking cop gets here. My dad tells him everything, of course. He says, yeah, he pulled out a knife and I get charged with a 2nd-degree assault because all you need, a 2nd-degree assault can be you stabbing someone. All you need to do technically is pull out a knife and threaten someone with a knife. That's all you need. And the cop freaking pushed me up against the freaking cop car, freaking roughed me up. The dude was a douchebag. And like, it was very clear that my dad just called to get me stabilized. He wasn't trying to get me to go to jail. He wasn't trying to get me to go to jail at all. You know, like in this, but you know what, in these cops' defense, they had been to my house several times when I had been in meth psychosis, and they had like, you know, brought me to the psych ward. They brought me to jail. They'd done the, you know, like, and they'd given me chances before. So like, it was kind of like, I get where they're coming from, but still kind of a dick move, you know? So yeah, I'm trying to think. Oh yeah. So I get charged with that. And now I'm in Hennepin County Jail with 2 charges, right? I got 3rd-degree assault, domestic assault, and I got 2nd-degree assault, domestic assault. But there was no restraining order because the prosecutor was basically like, because I was in jail, like, you know, doing the bond hearing and talking about my no contact orders. They're like, yeah, he cannot contact Annie such and such. And how about his dad? And the prosecutor's like, he's starting to run out of places to go. Like if we keep, you know, like, I mean, it's like, dude, where am I going to go? Like, I can't go to my girlfriend's house and I can't go to my fucking dad's house. Like, where am I going to go? Like, I don't have a house. Like, I don't have anywhere to go. So they didn't give me the restraining order against my dad. And, you know, I ended up sitting in the county for almost 2 months waiting. You know, the riots were going on and I wasn't able to talk to my girlfriend because she, you know, no contact. They're going to check the jail calls. So there was no way I could get a hold of her. So I just kind of had to like bite it out and just think, okay, what am I going to do here? Like, you know, I eventually ended up getting a hold of her eventually through someone in the jail. Let me use their number. But anyways, those are just the laundry list of things that I've done in my addiction that are just like crazy. And it's like, yeah, I didn't do exactly what they said, but like, I think the lesson's more than that. I think the lesson is like, dude, like when I put these substances in my body, like I cannot control the outcome of what happens. Like I just can't. Like I end up in the craziest situations and I literally have no idea how I even got there. Like both of those situations, it was just like unbelievable. Like it was just like any other normal day, you know, and just like you just do a little too much or, you know, you just whatever. And something flicked in my brain. And like, I think I literally am in like a different reality. Like it literally, if anyone has been through meth psychosis, it is the weirdest thing because like you are constantly at this tug of war with what is real and what is not real. You know what I mean? And it's like, you know, deep down that it's not real, but like it just, it convinces you that it's real. And it's like, and then you start like, you know, micro analyzing every single little detail. Like, oh, well, why is he being so short with me? Why did he look down when I said that? Like, stuff that doesn't matter, stuff that like you're looking way too into, and it's just your brain going, it's basically your brain working on overdrive and creating situations that don't need to happen. Like literally, they do not need to happen. But hey, I'm gonna post if anyone wants to come on and chat a little bit. Welcome to join the StreamYard. I will put the comment right there. Let me read a couple comments. Oh, so Gina, you got Hashimoto's. See, that's what I may have. I don't know if I may have Hashimoto's, Gina. That's what I'm trying to figure out. But like, I'm scared to go to the doctor because I don't want to be stuck on freaking thyroid medication for the rest of my life. Like, bro, I'm 33 years old, dude. I'm healthy. Like, look at me, you guys. Like, I'm a healthy freaking, I'm healthy, dude. Like, I shouldn't need to be on this shit, you guys. But honestly, like, I'm feeling a lot fucking better, like, later into the day today. Like, earlier today, I kind of felt like shit. I hung out with Leah today, you guys. Dude, I really realized, like, you know how it's like the old saying, you don't know what you got until it's gone? It's like, dude, I started, like, really having a big eye-opener. Like, I had, like, 3 days, you guys, where I didn't take my Suboxone because, like, I just wanted to, like, I was so sick of feeling numb. And if I don't know if you guys who are on Suboxone know what I'm talking about, but like it just like you don't feel everything that you like makes us human. You know what I mean? And it's like I really think that's just been tugging on my heartstrings. And like it's just been kind of calling me to do that. And like I was just like, dude, I need to fucking feel something. So I just stopped taking my Suboxone. Friend of mine is going through meth psychosis. I just need to reassure her as much as she needs. She's currently going through it. Tell her to take some Seroquel. The best recipe for meth psychosis, you guys, I'll tell you right now. Get a strong antipsychotic. Seroquel works. What are the other ones? I forget the names, but there's a different one that they usually give you in the hospital. But Seroquel is like a typical medication that you would have around the house. So like take like 150 milligrams of Seroquel and then take a small dose of a benzo, and that'll flatten meth psychosis out instantly. It's the best cure. Or drink, like sometimes drinking works. It really depends on like how bad your meth psychosis is. Like the one I had when I got arrested, like that was like the worst meth psychosis I've ever been through in my life. And if I did, and dude, I drank a liter in 20 minutes and it didn't make it go away. So sometimes liquor doesn't work, but sometimes alcohol, like if you have a minor to medium meth psychosis, just drink some liquor, you know, take some Seroquel, take some benzos, and just smoke a little weed and go to sleep. But anyways, what I was saying about, like, you know, Leah, my girlfriend, someone who I've realized has a lot of value in my life, and someone who is a really good person, and someone who that like I haven't treated the best. Now looking at it, like I haven't given her the respect that she deserves, probably because I wasn't 100% sure if I wanted to be with her for the long term. You know what I mean? Like I kept going back and forth about it, back and forth in my head about it. And, you know, I guess I still don't 100% know. Well, actually, I don't know. I don't know if I 100%. But anyways, basically what I'm trying to get at is when I stopped taking my Suboxone, you know, I started going through some withdrawals from the Suboxone, started feeling some emotions. And I just kind of like took everything in, and I realized, I was like, dude, Like, you're 33, okay? You are back staying at your dad's temporarily. You don't have a job. You don't have a car. Why? Why are you going through this? And it's a mix of a couple different reasons. You know, obviously, me being on benzos and me having to quit Applebee's because I could no longer work. When I stopped taking benzos, like, my memory like instantly went to shit. My hand-eye coordination went to shit. My like motor functions went to shit. My social skills went to shit. My whole personality just like, you know, control alt delete, you know. That's the scariest thing though, honestly, is like my personality being gone, my confidence, because like there's a lot of jobs that you need that for. And especially me without a license, like I only have like I don't have fresh pickings of any single job I want. You know, I have to do what's somewhat convenient. I have to, you know, I got to do a lot of things, you know. But I'm kind of also at the point where it's like, okay, I'm down to like anywhere between 4 to 6 milligrams of Suboxone a day. I was on 16 like 6 months ago. So I'm down to 6 milligrams, and I'm learning with Suboxone less is more, because Suboxone's half-life is so long that there's this overlap, you know, and it kind of like carries into the next day. And you don't feel that morning dose as much as you do like a methadone, because the Suboxone's half-life being so long, it never fully clears out of your system. Like with methadone, when I was on, let's say 90 milligrams, take my dose at like 10 a.m., you know, get a good feeling at like, you know, I start feeling it like 45 minutes later. And there's like a minor euphoria for like 2.5, 3 hours. That's pretty much over. Then at night, you kind of maybe feel some slight withdrawals. But then when you wake up in the morning, you're ready to go. You can shit. You're not constipated. And you're definitely ready for your next dose at that time, because the methadone has basically completely gotten out of your system. And it's weird with Suboxone. Like it doesn't have that. It doesn't clear out of your system like that. So it's never like when I take my Suboxone, it's never this like huge relief like when I was on methadone. You guys kind of getting at you guys getting at you guys kind of following where I'm getting at. Sorry. And it's just so weird, the different chemical makeups of stuff. And like with Suboxone, you know, back to the thyroid issues, right? I remember 2018 when I was on Suboxone and I was at like the 7-8 month mark. I started feeling pressure in my thyroid, and I didn't know what that was back then. So now come to find out, I don't know. I mean, maybe I probably always have been predispositioned to like thyroid issues, but it happened before when I was on Suboxone. And I read a thing about thyroid patients taking low dose naloxone. So maybe there's some kind of correlation between the thyroid problems and the naloxone that's in my Suboxone. I don't know. But I don't know what it is about Suboxone. I get really, really depressed on it. I don't know why. Methadone, I kind of do too. But I think here's the thing with Suboxone, for me at least. I need to clear my body of it from time to time. Yeah, I got you. 1 second, guys. Yeah, no problem. Guys, I'm smoking the Lucky Strikes. So I'll break it down to you real quick. So basically what I said was, okay, so I've been taking ashwagandha here and there since I started tapering off the Klonopin, right? Ashwagandha is an adaptogen. Ashwagandha is touted as this miracle herb. It's great for your testosterone. It's great for anxiety. It's great for sleep. It's great for lowering your cortisol. It's great for this, great for that. Dude, I honestly will tell, I would not suggest it to anyone. Maybe I'm just sensitive to these thyroid things, but dude, I barely even use this shit, you guys. And like, so like I said, I started kind of briefly using it 5 months ago. Started noticing my hair was thinning a little bit. I was like, looked it up, and I was like, I saw that benzo withdrawal, specifically Klonopin, can cause hair thinning. So I figured, chalk it up to the Klonopin. So anyways, when I get out of detox, I basically go to treatment for 7 days. I get out of treatment. I've been off everything for 8 days. I then get a gabapentin prescription, right? I get a gabapentin prescription, and I bought 40 gabapentins from someone, which I'm not suggesting anyone does this. Yeah, the reason the dark circles are under my eyes, well, I don't know for sure, but last night when I slept at Leah's, I like woke up at like 5 a.m, and like both my nostrils were completely closed off, and I was like literally breathing through my mouth. So I don't know. I've always had dark circles under my eyes, but they are pretty bad today. But anyways, yeah. So like, I was taking the ashwagandha intermittently, basically, and I go to detox. I go to treatment for 8 days. I get out, and I'm like 9-10 days off gabapentin, benzos. They tapered me at the detox place with phenobarbital and gabapentin and like muscle relaxers and stuff like that. So I get out of detox, go to Leah's. I've been off everything for 9 days. And I'm still feeling the post-acute withdrawals. I'm still like, Leah wants to go do stuff. And I'm always just like unmotivated, feel like shit. My anxiety's bad. Like, I don't feel like myself. Like, I'm like, completely just, that's what these freaking benzo, like, that's really the horror stories of benzos. It's not the withdrawals. It's when the withdrawals end and you're stuck with all the neurological damage that's been done from being on benzos long term. You know what I mean? And like, take in mind, I wasn't on that many benzos. I was on 0.5 twice a day for like 14 months. You know what I mean? Which is like one of the lower doses. Like, I think 0.5 a day is like the lowest dose, or whatever. So how people come off 4 milligram a day habits, 5 milligrams, 6 milligram a day habits, like I literally have no fucking idea how that's even possible. Like, I definitely don't get how anyone could cold turkey from that, because dude, I freaking tapered from my 1 milligram down to 0.25 a day. Then I went to detox, right? Then I went to detox, did the pheno, did the gabapentin with taper, whatever, got out, and bro, even with that smooth of a transition, it was fucking terrible. But like I said, the worst part is not even the withdrawals. It's when the withdrawals end and you're stuck with all this brain damage and your personality is fucking dog shit. That's the fucking scary thing. And not knowing, okay, is this gonna last fucking forever? Because I've been looking at like different Reddit forums and stuff like that, and some people are saying, oh, benzo withdrawal is permanent. Some people are saying, oh, it's mostly not permanent, but some stuff might, like, so it's just like, whatever. Was worried about you. I'm struggling too. Yeah, you guys. No, and I'll keep it a buck with you guys. Like, I have, I have been drinking here and there. Like, I took 2 shots tonight, which sucks. It's like, I don't want to drink. Like, I don't really even like drinking, but it's just like, I got to do something to give my brain a little reward of like, okay, like I didn't feel like a fucking complete piece of shit for like 20 minutes, you know? So Brooke, draining may be more accurate than you think. I know how depleting it is. I don't drink it all anymore. It gets so much better. I went from subs to drinking. It sucks. Same. I'm so dopamine depleted. Well, and that's the shitty part about being an addict is like most addicts, like, and this was proven like in the 1940s and 50s when like Bill W. and Alcoholics Anonymous was first being formed, and Dr. Silkworth was doing a lot of like research on addiction and stuff like that. Like, dude, it's crazy how much more they knew about addiction then than we do now. Like, they broke it down so much more simpler. And the reason why, it's very simple, the reason why people are addicted to drugs, it is the populace that has like a serotonin and dopamine shortage. Like, we naturally just don't get as much dopamine and serotonin as the majority of the public. You know what I mean? Because it's like, really, if you really think about it, it's like, dude, alcohol tastes like shit. Fucking drugs are dangerous. Like, we wouldn't be going, like, most, no, I mean, obviously there's some crazy people that just love doing just ridiculous shit for no fucking reason, but I'm talking about like the majority of us addicts. Like, we wouldn't be fucking doing this like crazy risky shit. Like, oh yeah, I'm just gonna take a needle out of a sharps container, rinse it with water twice, should be good. I never did that. Dude, I never did that. What are you talking about? You know what I mean, though? Like, but it's really just as simple as that. Like, we do not. And so, realistically, like, if you want to recover from this disease, you have to accept that. You have to accept, okay, my brain doesn't get as much dopamine. So, I'm going to have to do things. I'm going to have to do shortcuts to make myself feel better. And that's why for addicts, dude, exercise, strength training, like, dude, I highly suggest that to anyone. Like, dude, if I wouldn't have gotten into like lifting and working out, bro, and doing chest, bro, and doing shoulders and skipping leg day every day, bro. No, I'm just kidding. But I no, honestly, like, I would have never probably found any happiness in recovery. Like, because I truly think that my disease is centered around not only an allergy to the drug and drink, but just an imbalance in general within my body, that I'm just like, my drug addiction is basically like an uncomfortability in my body manifesting to a physical drink and drug. That's to, and but everybody's addiction is different though. You know what I mean? Some people are more trauma based. Some people it's like an insecurity. Some people it's a crutch. You know, and I mean, I guess for me, it kind of started as a crutch though. You know what I mean? It started as like, oh shit, like, I'm gonna drink at a party before I hook up with a girl, so I'm not nervous or whatever, you know. I exercise and it does help. The days working out, I don't crave as much. Oh yeah, hey, shout out to everybody who sent me a super chat this week. I appreciate you guys. By the way, thank you, Ann Lily. Thank you, Dave Z. Or no, Dave R. Sorry. Thank you, Jessica Jane, for always being a good moderator. And I definitely apologize, you guys, about not going live more. I got some video ideas. It's just my personality is just on zero lately. What up, DJ? How you been, bro? Thank you. Thank you. I'm staying at my dad's temporarily. I'm looking for a different GRH house right now. Yeah, you too, Lauren. Thank you for supporting me. I really appreciate that. It's good to hear from you guys too. Yeah, me too. Well, good thing it's not wintertime. But hopefully me and Leah rekindle things and get back together and live together and stuff like that. It's just I gotta get better physically and mentally before I can do that though, because it causes a toxic relationship between us because, she's not, she's not equipped to like handle a sick freaking person. I don't know. But it is what it is and it ain't what it ain't. Damn, we had a pretty good turnout though, you guys. But yeah, you guys, if anyone's thinking about trying ashwagandha, I would highly suggest against it. I mean, obviously I don't know for sure that's what caused it, but it's a pretty big coincidence that like all the symptoms are lining up with that kind of stuff. And that's what I've seen on multiple different threads, multiple different sites. So, but it's just crazy that they can sell that stuff in the stores. Like, it's unbelievable, actually. But no, you're right. You're right. Yeah, bro. I drank a couple nights ago. I took 2 shots tonight just because, like I said, dude, my brain is just still so messed up from these benzo withdrawals, and it's like even just taking the 2 shots, it doesn't really do much. I don't even really get why I do it, but it like does, I guess, make me feel better for a little bit. So, but yeah, anyways, you guys, I think that's pretty much just gonna conclude it. Maybe I'll try to do a live tomorrow if I'm feeling better, and I appreciate you guys coming in, and stay tuned for the next episode. We out here, baby. Vance, you showed up late, bro. I'll do a live tomorrow, man. I think I'm starting to, feel a little bit better. So, all right. Well, you guys take care. Have a good night. Peace. Yeah, I'll keep this up.